eternal in the dark depths of this prison.
Hi everyone, welcome back to another video. Thank you again for joining me here today for the next part of our 6.2 Buried Memories walkthrough. So last episode we ended up completing the dungeon, the Fell Castle of Troia, and it was interesting. It was a little bit different than what I was expecting. Not as bad as I was kind of anticipating it. I was thinking like all these horrible tricks and everything. I really don't know what I was expecting, but all in all, I thought it was a really cool aesthetic-wise. Some things kind of freaks me out, like those statues, which I have no idea why they were there. I don't know. I guess Voidsent have very unique decor sense, I guess. I guess that's the best way to put it. But yeah, so we completed our first dungeon, and as of right now, it seems that the Voidsent are content to letting us either, I don't know, I guess they see us as the new masters of the castle, or they just don't want to risk getting destroyed. So yeah, I guess that's pretty much where we caught up. So yeah, let's go ahead and jump right straight back into it. So here we go. All right, here we are. So we're just outside where we fought Scarmillion. And it's so cool. Like, everything around here is just so different. I can't wait to see where this goes. Yeah, especially with the Voidsent still flying around. They're not attacking us, so that's one good thing. Okay, Shadow Remnants. Fashawn wears a look of quiet determination. We'll get some food here. Okay, let's go. The warting scale exhibits no change. It should be safe to remain here and begin our search. But whither now? I would sense Azdaja were she remotely near, but there is nothing. Might you not call out to her? Let her know that you have come. Alas, this vessel is not capable of calling across great, vast distances. For that I require my true form. And even were it possible, the dragon's call is born upon ether. It is liable to draw more Voidsent to us. I see. I guess so we're going the old-fashioned way of searching. In any case, there's little exploration to be done while we're confined to this isolated isle. I propose we begin by learning what we can from the castle's occupants. An understanding of their ways may prove useful to our cause. Very well, let's hope a few of them are capable of speech. Let us all remain vigilant while we go about our inquiries. We reconvene afterwards. Those flowers are so weird. It's kind of like they're prisons or something. I think that's very cool. But yeah, we're gonna go and interview some Voidsent now. I mean, we haven't, it's not exactly something we've never done before. We've done that plenty of times, but still. This one does not but stare. Oh gee, I wonder why. Oh, Estinian. Feral Voidsents. Yeah, it's just growling at us. Yeah, the eyeballs aren't, they're pretty low on the tier. Creature snarls and glares at you. It's unlikely you'll learn anything from it. Yeah, I did a video about this, but Voidsent kind of have a certain hierarchy, and so I'm guessing that those things are pretty low on that. Some seem willing enough to converse. Whether they have the ability to do so is another matter. That's a neat looking one.
What enticing ether you have! Give me some! Give me some!
Yeah, no.
Ah, if only I was stronger, I'd be able to eat you. Fine, fine, I'll find someone else to eat.
While you're able to communicate, this one seems to think only of feeding. Better to take your inquiries elsewhere. Yeah, I don't trust that thing. Like the prevailing tongue in Norvrant, the language of this world bears a resemblance to our own. It may be assumed that they share a common ancestor. Of course they do! They're sundered worlds! Y'shtola, have you forgotten that? What's with this one?
The mistress's eyes are beauteous, sublime, to bask in her gaze's bliss. But now she's gone, never again will I feel her gaze. No mistress, no orders. What am I to do now? What am I to do now?
Creature mutters endlessly to itself, not sparing you so much as a glance. Okay. How about you? Please tell me you have something to say. I serve. I obey. Please don't eat me. Dragon? What's that? Does it taste good? I don't know anything about it. Don't know about anything. But the one we caught recently, they seem to know lots. We threw them in the dungeon. The clever ones are tasty. They might have been eaten already. Learn all you can from this Voidsent. If you look in the dungeon, you may be able to find the clever one it mentioned. Okay, so we know there aren't any aetherytes, so we just have to run through the whole palace again. Okay, I can live with that. Oh, this is cool. I like this. Let's see here. It's not often we get a chance to run through the dungeons. I have nothing to share. While those that I approached had no will to fight, neither were they capable of holding a conversation worth the name. My experience was much the same. Lower rung Voidsent tend to have lower intelligence, 'twould seem. A pity Scarmelione is dead. He was talkative, at least. What of you? I think I know who the clever one is. Clever Voidsent in the dungeon. That would be the area in which we emerged. Indeed. Let's take ourselves back there and find this Voidsent, preferably before its fellows make a meal of it. To the dungeon, then. Oh, I can't wait to see how they react when they see who it is. I mean, it can't be anyone else. It has to be Xenos' Voidsent. I mean, we've definitely seen them both in the trailer and a few of the screenshots that we got from the letters from the producers, so we know it has to be them. I am willing to bet that that woman that we saw in the trailer as well, I think it really is that Voidsent. I don't know how it took that form, but I mean, if you look carefully, they had the same kind of sight. So it has to be them. Yeah, what's with these statues? They're all like, these statues out here are the ones that scare me. Oh, hello. Can't survive without someone to give me ether. But where, oh well, will I find a new master? How can you talk with no head? How are these candles still burning? Like, were they going for like 10,000 years or something? That would be impressive. And what the hell? Those statues, they creep me out. Oh, hello. Can you not talk? No, I guess not. Yeah, so with Voidsent, they have a hierarchy. They have like 1 through 12 kind of tiers. And the higher the tier, the lower you are. So like the 12th tier is probably like more for feral, like weakling Voidsent.
Pray we caught her weakened in the dungeon before being served up to the mistress. Tenderizing, she called it, and that's the way she used to like it.
Interesting. I guess she has like some kind of vague memories of her former self. Anyway, as I was saying, those Voidsents that are closer to like the first tier, like in those upper parts, are definitely a lot more powerful and intelligent. Oh, like this one. What is the? Oh my god! Was that like our reflection? Oh, it is our reflection! That is cool! I was wondering, like, what the heck? And it was like, Nope. I guess I got my hopes up that it would be intelligent. Let's go... Oh, it's huge! This place is just enormous. I have a feeling we should enjoy this while we can because, like, once we complete the main scenario here, I don't think we'll be coming back to it for a while. I mean, it would be cool if they have it set up that way, but... Let's see.
Though there's only the one dungeon here, we call it the fourth. The mistress's orders. But the mistress is gone, and her orders with her. Rats can infest this castle for all I care.
Oh, jeez. Oh, we can even talk to these things. Oh, like, it's so weird. No one comes and goes from this dungeon without permission. For you, though, I'll make an exception. Go on, go. I'm just guessing at the voices. Yeah, here we go, like the lopsided dungeon. It is so... Oh, that we have more of these, like, planar rift thingy... Whatever that is, I don't know. Food for the mistress consumption is kept in these cells. With the mistress devoured, we're free to help ourselves. But the clever one is strong. Another warden went in to devour the clever one, but he hasn't come back out. Okay, that's probably not good for him. I think I see them. Could this be the clever Voidsent? There appears to be someone within. I dislike the feel of this. Stay on your guard. Yeah, there they are. Oh! Cutscene right away.
You are the friend.
You're the Voidsent bound to Xenos.
I see it now. The bottomless darkness. The insatiable hunger. The aura was present when we faced him in Garlemald.
Mm-hmm.
How did it come to be here?
When Xenos died, its connection to the source was severed. It was forced to return to the void.
Xenos. Yes, that was his name. And you are the friend, are you not?
Matter of perspective. What's this?
Is that Heidelin's crystal?
Oh no. Oh, I knew it! Oh, I so knew it!
But how? The light just now. Of course. And thus I am returned.
What do you mean, returned? Who are you?
I was once bound to the man named Xenos. His avatar, until you killed him.
Avatar, as in the Voidsent servants of Reapers. In the name of his hunt, Xenos took up that traditional Garlean art. And through it, he forged a covenant with a being of the Void to lend him strength.
Covenant? A curse, more like. He stole my power. There was no equity in the arrangement.
Interesting.
My very essence was altered, twisted into a tool to serve his desires.
Your previous appearance. This is your true form, then.
Perhaps, perhaps not. What does it matter?
Fair enough.
Indeed, it doesn't. Regardless of your form, you are a Voidsent by nature. So answer me this. Are you our enemy too?
In this world, only a fool would attempt to devour a stronger being. And though it was as an avatar, I lost to you once, I have no desire to lose again.
Good enough for me.
Now, you will answer me a question. Xenos called you friend. That's what you are? A friend?
How do I voice that? I have no idea. I don't know. Because I want to say yes, but at the same time we weren't, so, because it was more like his crazy obsession with us. But I don't know, I feel like we understood Xenos in a lot of ways, but yeah, not to you. At least not yet. That's probably the safest answer that I can go with.
So, you're not a friend. Then... what is it? What is a friend?
Oh no. That is like some deep... Oh, now what? Oh, it's him, isn't it? It's definitely his hiss, anyway. Oh boy, this has gotten deep. Oh man, like, we have like one of those deep characters now that's... When I served Xenos, my mind was shrouded in haze, but one thing was always clear. His obsession with the friend. What the word means I do not know exactly. I know only that it referred to you and that yours was an important existence. Interesting. I assume the dungeon was reserved for those intended for the mistress's consumption. It is fortunate we came here when we did, fatefully. Xenos' avatar, eh? What are the odds? I know, right? We still know little about her, but for now I'm glad we found someone who can do more than moan for ether. Oop. As much as one might expect the unexpected, I doubt any of us could have foreseen this turn of events. She seems different from other Voidsents, at least those we've met, and the change we witness, I suspect, is due to your crystal purging the SS darkness in her. Even so, she still harbors a great deal of darkness. I'm very keen to hear what she can tell us about herself and about her world. So, I mean, what is she? I mean, They say she's a Voidsent, but she's the most human-looking Voidsent I've ever seen. Well, at least now. Like, maybe this is actually closer to her real form. Dark Robe Voidsent regards you questioningly, where everything begins. So I doubt you came to the dungeon by pure chance. What is it you're after? We were looking for a Voidsent with whom we could converse, in the course of which we learned of you. We are visitors to this world and know little and less of its workings and ways. We would be grateful if you could tell us about it, about yourself. So it's information you seek. What do you offer for it? I beg your pardon? Voidsent do not give unless we stand to gain. If you desire something, you pay the price. That is the sole rule in this world you call the Void. That makes sense. Pray forgive our ignorance. But what would be acceptable as payment? I suspect that such coin as we carry has no value here. Voidsent crave one thing alone, ether. In return for information, I offer you mine. Just not all of it, mind you. I still have need of my life. Very well. I will tell you no more than you can afford to pay. Then we have a bargain. If we're to talk about the Void, let us do so outside. Come with me. I mean, we did kind of set you free from the dungeon and returned you to this form, right? That's got to be worth something, right? Oh well. The one rule is no different from that of many in our own world. It's those like Alphino who are a rare breed. We cannot allow your Stola to bear the burden alone. When next the opportunity arises, I will offer my own ether. Oh, that's nice of you. You needn't worry for me. My life force is a small price to pay for her knowledge, and I will recover it quickly enough once we've returned home. Yeah, keep telling yourself that, your Stola. Like, she's gonna push herself to death one of these days, I swear.
This is where I belong. My home. This endless darkness you call the Void. There was once light here, and it shone its warmth upon creation. The lands were green and the seas were blue. Life flourished. Before the war, the Contra Memoria.
Contra Memoria. So that was its name.
Must have been a terrible war indeed.
It shattered the balance, causing darkness to engulf the world. All life was transformed into monstrosities, Voidsent. We are the natural order now.
As light begat sin-eaters, darkness begat Voidsent.
The sun was driven from the sky as fleeting day yielded to endless night. In time, even land and sea lost their distinction. And though the spark of reason had died in us, driven by memory's shadow, we formed factions and carved out domains. This castle, for instance, its erstwhile lord must have abided in such a place once upon a time.
If I may, the darkness in you is too much for any man to harbor. To my eyes, you are indeed a Voidsent. Yet your knowledge of the past and your demeanor mark you apart from your brethren. You are different. That much is plain. But in what way, I am unsure.
As you say, I am Voidsent, but only in part.
Wait, you're half Voidsent?
The darkness touched my mother when the war had only just begun, when I was still in the womb. As a child, I looked like any other. But darkness coursed through me, and I ceased to age when I'd become a woman grown.
It's like with Wolfrey.
But that was then. And now, I may as well be one in full. I prey on the weak and serve the strong. I live to survive. Nothing more.
Forgive me. 'Twas not my intent to pry. I realize, too, that I've neglected to ask your name.
As we say mortal, you may call me Voidsent.
That is liable to cause confusion. If you are not averse, we would address you by your true name.
Then call me what you will. I care not.
I don't know.
How about 0?
0?
Meaning nothing. A name as fitting as any.
No, not nothing, but rather a beginning. For it remains to be seen what you will become to us.
As I said, I care not. 0 then.
Oh. Okay. Here's to a fruitful partnership then.
Partnership? Are you saying you wish to strike a bargain?
This is gonna be a common thing, isn't it?
Well, Zero, while there is no end to the questions we could ask, it is only fair that we tell you our purpose in coming here. We are searching for a dragon. One who came to your world long ago.
A dragon?
Yes. Azdaja is her name, and she is my sister. If you have any knowledge of her, I beg you share it with us.
Figures he would notice.
Did you say something?
No.
I thought I heard a voice as well. The keening of Voidsent, perhaps.
These guys are gonna be in some big trouble in a minute, I predict. Wow. Beginning. Curious notion in a world where all has come to an end. No one else seems to be nearby. Perhaps it was just a trick of the wind. Not as out of the ordinary, I should like to hear more from Zero. I can't imagine there are many part Voidsent like her who remember the world as it was. No, I doubt it. We may have subdued the Voidsent here, but I doubt they'll remain that way. Remain vigilant. Yeah, we should. I must say, we are rather exposed here. Perhaps we should continue the conversation within the castle. The throne room is defensible, given its few points of ingress. Let us head back there. Moving was a part of the bargain. I'll comply, but I expect my payment promptly. You shall have it as soon as we've arrived. Okay, it's definitely interesting. I mean, I was not expecting to run into someone who's part Voidsent, but we had Bolfrey, who was pretty much the same thing, only with light. So, well, he was part Sin Eater, part Voidsent. You mean, I was kind of expecting it to be something completely different, but hey. I don't get why our reflection is showing up in that thing. It's kind of scaring me. Like, this place is just not right. I mean, are we really going to be having, like, an expansion, like, in the Void? I mean, I've been hearing about that for a while now, and everyone seems to have their own opinion on it. When I first heard that about maybe the idea, like the theory that there's an entire expansion devoted to the Void, I was really excited about that. Because I would really love to be able to restore the Void to, like, somewhat inhabitable, but I don't know how I feel about that, because everything here is just kind of built to creep me out. It's just not right. Oh. Oh, what is this? What is this? We have an instant duty. Oh my god, we're gonna fight here. I will see to the payment, and then we may ask Zero what she knows about Azdaja. Oh, it appears unchanged here. I feel eyes on us. Stay alert. Okay, let's go here. Upon proceeding, several cutscenes will play in sequence. Recommended you set aside sufficient time to view these scenes. Okay. Participation battle. Your progress will be saved at certain points. Okay, yeah, we know how all this works. This is not our first instance duty, after all.
This place is as good as any. Let me have the ether now.
Very well.
That was so close.
That I should miss my mark.
That fiend again? But we struck it down. Watched it die.
Fools. Death doesn't exist in this world. And I am free to return whensoever I please.
Death doesn't exist. Of course, in the first, the power of light, of passivity, prevents life from emerging in the empty. But in the 13th, the power of darkness, of activity, prevents life from finding rest, even should soul be separated from flesh.
So unless one's essence is absorbed by another, it is possible to return again and again.
Oh boy. That's gonna be fighting them hard.
Your ether. It is reminiscent of that creature's. My mouth waters at the memory.
What?
I must devour you too. Yes, I must.
He didn't.
Ye drifting souls, by my power be reborn!
He's the one who ate her? Like, I find that hard to believe.
If it's another death they want, I say we give it to them.
Oh, come on!
If you could lend us a hand, we'd be much obliged.
That you would. But you already owe me a debt. And until you make...
Don't. Sorry.
We'll speak after you've won. But know that if you lose, I'll help myself to your ether.
Oh boy. Oh boy, what a troublemaker you are.
That a bothersome duty should deliver to me this lavish feast. Come, Struggle with all your might. It will make you that much richer and tastier.
Oh, we have the Final Fantasy IV music. Oh, and I noticed that he's not going to be fighting us. Sending his servants in to fight for him. Alright. Okay, I gave up trying to draw all their attention on me. So just take them all down as quickly as we can. Where were these moves when we were fighting through the castle before? They're doing a lot more damage than that.
Behold the power of the Archfiend of Earth!
Needs to resurrect them again. Let them come.
He hastens their regeneration.
Yeah, that's gonna make surviving here pretty difficult. That is a very good point. Damn it. That was my fault. I'm really worried about this, though, because of what he said before. I mean, he couldn't possibly have been talking about anyone but Azdaja. But I find it hard to believe that he could have, like, devoured her or something. Like, something's going on here. You know, if you guys have a better idea, I would love to hear it, because I got nothing. You know, Zero, I'm sure you might be able to help out. I mean, you're never going to get your ether if we die. But then again, she might. Ooh. What's gonna happen now? Are we really retreating?
When will you learn? No matter what you do, you cannot hope to win.
You never know until you try, and I'm always happy to experiment.
She's just like the queen of back talk. I love it.
Zero! Is there no way to stop them from coming back?
There is, but I have no reason to share it with you.
You know, Zero, you do owe us for one thing. Your name. You'll have your promised ether, but we are owed compensation for your name.
A name for which I did not ask. But that I nevertheless did accept.
There we go. Oh, of course. It's crystal. It's always crystal.
They've been crystallized.
Well now, that's quite the trick.
Satisfied?
Completely.
Come, my friends. With Zero's aid, we can defeat him.
What is this? What have you done?
Now that I think on it, you owe me a debt as well. You may have missed your mark, but I won't miss mine.
Payback for trying to kill her before. I'll take it!
However, a debt is a debt. I will repay it here and now.
She can turn Voidsent into crystal.
What is this place? You resemble the core mind's blue.
Oh boy, he's got more Voidsent. I'm trying to, but I can't touch them. Oh man, she's just taking them all out. He's really sounding close to losing it here. Oh no, he's targeting Zero.
We cannot win without Zero. We must help her.
I don't know why bosses take so long with like their big flashy attacks? You think they would just cut them down like right there and then, not give us any chance?
Another debt to be paid.
If I must deal with you, I'll kill you all myself.
I think you're trying to. I guess we're kind of... Yeah, I think we made him mad.
Let us return the favor.
Come on, we're getting there. I was so convinced that Scarmillion was going to be like the new trial. Like he comes back like in his ultimate form after we defeat him a couple times, but yeah, I guess not. I mean, if it's not him, it's gonna be the other archfiends. I'm gonna guess it's Barbaricia, just because of what we heard in the trailer. Yeah, we know all your tricks from our last fight. I thought death didn't exist in this place.
We must stop him now.
Everyone, with me!
Oh, he's protecting us. Oh, he used the warding scale. Oh, that's so cool. Oh boy.
Fools! Do not think you have defeated me. I will return again and again. What? My flesh? Why won't it heal? What is the meaning of this?
Did he not notice that during the fight?
To seal ether in crystal. Memoria. But how? How can you have this power? Death has no place in this world. We are beyond it. And yet... Ah, Lord Golbez, you have sent me to my doom. Curse you and your wretched flattery, and this abominable fate.
Silly kitty. Get down. Fine.
You are welcome, seekers of might.
Oh, I love his voice.
I, Golbez, have called you for hither. I, who would see us triumph in the coming crusade.
Crusade?
That I may entrust you with command of our armies.
What have you planned?
Yes, but what of the crow's gift? In exchange for our loyalty, we are to feast on the finest ether.
And so you shall, for if you are to serve me, you must be strong.
Then honor the pact, and pray we are not disappointed.
Very well. Behold.
Oh, it's her. Oh, it can't be anything else.
The fiery wings, the savage horns. It pulses with life. Such vibrant ether. This magnificent creature could only come from beyond the veil.
Indeed. Feast, my friends.
Oh,
Feast, and arise as my 4 arch-fiends.
Oh, no. No.
As they are now, they can consume but a fraction of the dragon's ether.
Oh, thank God. I thought she was really gone.
Just as well. The creature may yet serve other ends.
No. I mean, I'm glad that. I'm glad that there's a good chance she's still alive, but oh, Vashon is not going to be Vitra, Vashon, whatever. They're not going to be happy when they hear this.
Are you all right?
The Voidsent's essence remains, but it has been sealed away, transformed into crystal.
Memoria. Scamleone called them. I take it they are connected to the war of which you spoke.
Come on, tell him. He needs to know.
Their use was central to the Contra Memoria, hence its name. And to my knowledge, the transformation is permanent.
I see. We thank you for coming to our aid.
I repaid a debt, and in doing so ensured that I received my own due compensation, which I shall have now.
Yes, yes. I still have work to do, so I would thank you not to get carried away.
Ether is the coin of choice. I appreciate the simplicity.
That makes us even, I trust. Right then. When you picked up the crystal, you experienced a vision, did you not?
Finally. Claire, you need to be more talkative.
A dragon resembling a great worm. I dare to hope that it was Azdaja.
I can't think it could be anyone else.
Even as it pains me to think she's been made to suffer.
For the ambitions of this Golbez.
We've been given much to consider. Let us take a moment to review what we know.
Oh man, poor Azdaja. I mean, I imagine that it's like she's being eaten alive, like little by little, over thousands of years. It has to be horrible. If Golbez has Azdaja at his mercy, then we must find him. Hopefully Zero has knowledge that will aid us in our search. We've vanquished one of Golbez's archfiends, but 3 remain. As troublesome as this one, I expect. There's nothing like the ether of a living mortal. I haven't felt so satisfied since my return. In light of our recent experiences, I expect that we all have questions. I trust Zero can answer some few of them. We should still be owed at least that much, I dare say. Okay. Okay, groping in the dark. But I think that's a good place to end right here. Yeah. Looks like it's been close to an hour, but wow. Not sure what I was expecting there. I liked it. So we ran into, just a quick summary, we ran into Xenos' avatar, which turned out to be a half-mortal, half-Voidsent creature. I don't even know if there's a name for that kind of thing. But thanks to the Crystal of Light that we got from Hydaelyn, from, you know, Y'shtola and the Loporrits and everyone, it somehow triggered a change in her by removing the excess darkness, returning her to like her regular form. And we made a deal with her to get information in exchange for some ether. Seems a fair trade if you ask me. And then Scarmelion was able to come back because death does not exist in this world. And we find out that he and the other archfiends were slowly eating like Azdaja's ether for who knows how long. We do have it confirmed that he is one of the archfiends, that we have the archfiends in Golbez here, which I do love. Golbez had to been one of my favorite, like, Final Fantasy villains. But, oh, I don't know where we go from here, because we got 3 other archfiends. We don't know what Golbez is planning, and we only have, like, a vague idea that Azdaja is still alive. I mean, Golbez himself, like, he's going to find other uses for her, and so I don't think she's going to be in the best shape when we find her. This is getting completely crazy. I don't think that we will find her, though, at least not in this patch. I think the earliest that we could possibly run into her would be 6.3. And even then, we still got to deal with the other 3 archfiends. Even if we take care of another one in this particular patch, we'll still have 2 more. And I'm guessing Golbez is going to be the final one that we deal with. So, yeah, so we have Zodiark, Hydaelyn, and we have the Endsinger. So that's 3, and each expansion's usually about 7 of them anyway. So if we deal with the other 3 archfiends, that's 6, which leaves us 7. So I'm guessing it's going to be Golbez. That's my best bet. I mean, we might run into something else. Like, maybe it's Azdaja that we have to fight and, you know, try to snap her out of, like, whatever prison that she's in. That would be cool, actually. But anyway, that's going to be it for right now. I'm going to stop right there before I go into a long rant and this starts to become, like, a prediction video. I'm probably going to talk more about that later on, but yes, that's it for right now. Thank you so much for watching. In the next episode, hopefully we get a little bit more information to this crazy dark world. But until then, thanks for watching. This is Fantasy Girl signing out.